And you need to unmute yourself, Tony. And let's unmute. Oh, let's see. Where did Tony go? Did we lose Tony? I think he might be. Can you, am I frozen or is it me?
Oh, no, it's me.
Okay, there you go, Tony. There we go.
Oh, okay. I got it. Well, hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's glad to be back. Glad to see everyone. So let's get started. To the guests on the line, I'd like the person to say thank you for coming. Thank the person that invited you to the call. At the end of the call, you're going to say, wow, was it powerful? We like to refer to what you got to hear about, I like to say, the patch. You're going to hear some phenomenal information that's going to come to you from our presidential director, the one and only, the Marci Preble. Marci, take it away.
Wow, well, thank you so much for all coming. And Gail, if you could do me a big favor, because we need Jan Rand on for the end of the call, if you could text her the invite and let her know we would love to have her on too, because she's going to be able to pop on and be of service for so many people today. But I just am so happy that you all are here. And I would love to start with a bit of my story and then how the technology works. And then I would love to go around and we'll just do a round robin. And I'm sure that we're going to have folks be able to tell you what's been happening in their world with the X39 as well. So I thank you so much all for coming. So what are we here for? Why were you invited? Well, this is the X39, the stem cell activation patch. And I learned about this about 3 years ago. And what was going on with me is I was really sick with stage 3 breast cancer. I don't know if there's anybody out there on the call tonight that has something chronic happening in their life, but it's hard when it happens. Or maybe you know somebody you love that's had something crazy happen. Well, for me, it was that. And I did 9 months of radiation, chemo, and a double mastectomy. I probably made some poor choices, but sometimes that happens. And what happened at the end of all of it is 6 months later, a piece of breast cancer just pops back out. Can you even imagine? Well, I was like really, really depressed. And that is when my good friend, Dr. Rhonda Donahue, brought me the X39. And she brought me, if you can believe, 10 of them. And literally, I don't know if you guys have seen these, but if you look at it, it looks like a Band-Aid. And I literally said, I'm dying of breast cancer and you brought me a Band-Aid. And she said, but Marci, it's so much more. When you look inside is organic crystal. And it turns out that we radiate a low-grade infrared light. And when you put this patch on your hand, it reflects back a light wave. In fact, there's a big name for it, photobiomodulation. You see, she was a doctor. And she said, that's light making change in your body. And what this patch does is it activates a peptide called GHK copper peptide. And that peptide activates your stem cells, makes more stem cells, and resets your stem cells to a younger, healthier state, like makes them young again. And I said to her, well, that's really interesting, but I didn't really understand what it means. So I said, well, why is that important to me? And she said, well, because when you're 30, you've lost 50% of your stem cells. And by the time you are 65, you've lost almost all of them. And she said, and here's the deal. Stem cells are the only cells in your body that are changeable. They can change into whatever cell your body needs for repair. And that's what it did when you were 20. And then she got me with this. She said, did you have gray hair when you were 20? I said, no. She said, did you have wrinkles when you were 20? I said, no. She said, did you have breast cancer when you were 20? I said, no. She goes, what if we could activate your stem cells to repair you again like you were 20? And then she said this. She said, you see, this is what's going on. Stem cells are like hummingbirds. They search for inflammation in your body, and then they go to it, and then they turn into the cell you need to repair it. And then it marches to the next place, and the next place, and the next place. She goes, let's just go activate your army. And then she looked at me and she goes, I'm giving you 10. You got nothing to lose. And she was right. I had nothing to lose. So I put it right below the back of my neck. And she said, there's only one rule, 12 hours on to activate and repair and 12 hours off. Let me say that again. 12 hours on to activate and repair and 12 hours off. She goes, put it right below the back of your neck or under your belly button. Really, any spot will do because your whole body's light. The only rule is 12 hours on and 12 hours off. Because if you wear it 24 hours at a time, your body gets used to the signal and it doesn't work so well. So that made sense to me. I decided, let me do it. And then guess what happened? I wore it behind the back of my neck. I almost forgot it was even there. And I remember I was going to Oregon. I live in California and my girlfriend lives in Oregon, and I was going to her daughter's wedding. And I remember being at that wedding. All of a sudden, the taste of chemo metal started coming out of my mouth. And I'm like, oh my God, I've never tasted chemo metal before. What is that? And then I hit my neck. I'm like, oh, that darn patch. It's detoxifying that out of me. And that happened for 2 days. And then it was gone. Day 5, my skin got super soft. I think it was rebuilding my collagen. But by day 10, it's when my life changed. I felt 20 again. I just felt good. I didn't know if I was living or dying of breast cancer, and I didn't care because I felt so good. And I wanted to make a list and share it. So I called my friend, Dr. Rhonda, and I said, I don't know what you just gave me, but I feel good and I want to share. That was 3 years ago. And now we've helped heal over 40,000 people. And that's pretty special. Oh, and I've been in remission again for 2 years. So, you know, you just never know. Oh, I'll show you my before and after picture. This is how you know how bad it was. Can you see that? That was before and after. That's pretty bad. I'll see if I can find the before and after picture when you guys are all talking. But that is the X39, and life is so good. And that's why I'm here today, is because maybe there's someone here that needs this, or someone that you love that needs this. And that's why we're here talking about it. So with that, do we have someone that would like to share their story? Possibly Darcel, Charles, Tony, Adam, Dr. Joyce, anybody here that would like to unmute themselves and tell us what's going on with them?
I'll go for it, Marci.
Hi, Daniel.
So good to see you, dear, and so good to see everyone here. I got turned on to the patches back in 2021, and it helped my skin condition significantly, almost to where I don't have any dry skin anymore at all. My grandfather has just recently got on them, and he went to the eye doctor because he has to get some sort of surgery on something. I don't think it's cataracts, but it's something else. And he had an eye strain, a retinal eye strain. And the doctor was like, I don't know what's going on here, but your eye strain is actually getting better. And at the time, he didn't even put 2 to 2 together with the patches. And then he came back from his appointment with my mom, and I was like, it's totally the patches. That's, you know, the only variable. So the doctor was blown away about it, and he was thrilled. He also has some liver spots on the side of his face that are lightening up, diminishing, and shrinking. My mother has psoriatic arthritis and joint pain all over. She puts a patch on her hand and the pain goes away within 5 minutes. I think the company needs to rename it Miracle Patch. I mean, I can't say enough about it. And I'm just spreading the word to all kinds of different people. And I'm just excited to see what else is going to come down the pike from LifeWave.
Wow. So Daniel, what a testimonial. And tell me, are you wearing X39 only, or do you have a couple other favorites that you like?
I like the Aeon, glutathione, and the X39.
Okay. So let's talk about those real quick, just because I know he's had so many great things happening. So of course, X39 is our stem cell activation patch, but Daniel also wears a patch called Eon. And Eon actually activates a peptide in the liver that reduces inflammation. So David, the owner of the company, he's just a crazy inventor. He's been inventing since 2004 and he doesn't stop. So X39 activates your stem cells, but Eon stops the inflammation. And what he says is, this is crazy. Inflammation is an eater of stem cells. So some people go to Mexico, $20,000 injection of stem cells, but if they haven't got at the inflammation just eats it all. And so it's great. He says, when you wear these two together, you turbocharge the X39 to work better. And so that makes sense that you would like that, Daniel. Also, Daniel likes the glutathione. I just love to share what people are wearing. Glutathione is your master detoxification and antioxidant pathway. So glutathione actually gets rid of all the yuck, the fungus, the mold, the toxins, the bacteria, the virus, the Roundup. And so this is going to be a detoxifier. And then Daniel also loves X39. Let's see if I have that. You know, Jan took a whole bunch of those from me. Oh, wait, I have a little left. X49. She always comes to my house and grabs my sleeves. And so X49 is the activator of lean muscle mass. It grows bones and it supports heart and brain health. And it also acts as a Faraday cage to protect you from cell phone radiation. So Daniel, thank you for sharing, right? All of that, right? You didn't even know what you were doing to yourself, did you, Daniel?
No, that's awesome. I love the education because I need to share it with others, so I like to know all about it. What is the crystal that is in the patch? What exactly is that?
That's a great question. So David makes the let's open it up. Inside, you see this white piece, you guys? That's the organic crystal. That is made in-house in David's labs. We are vertical integrated, and it is made out of amino acids, sugar, salt, and some water. That's what crystals are made out of. And each crystal reflects a different light wave depending on which patch you're wearing. And that is called photobiomodulation, light making change in the body. So Daniel, thank you so much. Great questions. Do you have anything else you want to add before we move on?
No, you're just a blessing. Thank you.
Oh, I was thinking the same about you. Erik, let's go to you. Dr. Sanders, and he's a doctor, but he also has such a great personal story. Erik, can you explain, people have been asking me this, your heart story, the story of when you were 40 to the story of now and that test you do as a doctor. People keep asking me, and I even need to know it better because people ask me about once a week your story.
Okay, well, thank you for having me here. Yeah, the story is when I was 47, I had a heart infarction, laying on a table, getting 3 stents put in. I was talking with my cardiologist, and he told me that I had the arteries of a 75-year-old. So he told me also you have to take those 4 medications for the rest of your life, like statin, some other drug against high cholesterol, something for high blood pressure, and an aspirin. And well, after taking those for 15 years, suffering a little bit from the side effects, I was introduced to these patches by you through Gail. And I put them on after studying them first, because that's my background. So I first did the research and not putting it on my body to see if it works. I just looked at the literature and I saw, well, this is amazing. It's something quite different. I want to use it. What happened next is that all my side effects literally went away. So I had eczema on my skin all over, had to change drugs to get rid of that in the past. And then I talked with the doctor and I said, hey, what do you think? It's helping me getting rid of side effects. Do you think I can get off all my medication anytime soon? He said, well, not a good idea. It's against all guidelines, but it's your life, it's your body. If you want it, we can try it. So we weaned off in like a couple of months of all medication. I'm now on these patches for, let's say, 2.5 years. And my internal age at 47 was like 75, but now I'm 66. And I'm still measuring internal age. And my internal age is now 38, something like that. Sometimes a little bit less, but that's about what it's right now. So I was able to, with these patches, especially stem cell patches, I'm also using glutathione and carnosine, but I was able to not only help my body heal better, but I was able to reverse my internal age. So that's really awesome. And well, also thank you very much for introducing this to us. I was skeptical, but I have, in the meantime, I'm learning every day more about this technology. And I think it's a great support strategy for anybody with any age-related health issue.
So doctor, you are a pharmacist by trade, and you
Yeah,
are
pharmacologist. Yeah.
from European,
Yep.
the Netherlands. And so okay, he's just smart. Okay, I'm just being honest. Like, he's smart. So given that he's so smart, what are your, what are your 4 go-to patches, like, and why? Like, what are your 4 favorites? Do you have
Okay.
4 or 5?
Yeah, I have 4 favorites. Also, well, I think the foundation for every protocol or every support therapy, however you want to call it, should be the X39, because it's the most elegant way I know of to activate your own stem cells, as you explained. So that will help you with getting your cellular health, especially when you need them to divide into your newer replaced cells. It will help you big time, always. So I think that's for everybody the go-to foundation. I like the Eon very much because it reduces inflammation. And as you explained, stem cells are working better if there's no inflammation. But guess what? Stem cells are attracted to inflammation, and they are also deactivated by inflammation. So if you can get rid of the inflammation or help to reduce inflammation, you boost your stem cell activity faster. So that's why I like to combine them, especially in the beginning for everybody, and say, okay, use this for at least for 2 months in combination. With my history of a heart disease, the go-to patches, in my opinion, are the glutathione. So because it's one of the master also antioxidants. And I really like the glutathione patch because I saw studies that show that when you wear the glutathione patch for about 1 week already, your glutathione levels will increase by 300%. And that is much more important than it sounds maybe, because when you take glutathione through a pill or through an injection, the biological half-life time of glutathione in the body is 7 minutes. So you take 100 milligrams, whatever, after 7 minutes, you only have 50% left. The next 7 minutes, 50% of 50%. So after half an hour, it's like 1 or 2% that you have left. If you can make your own glutathione from the available amino acids in your body, you just create a kind of an internal engine that makes the glutathione, and it doesn't break down glutathione so quickly as if you would take it. And the fourth favorite patch for me is carnosine. And carnosine is also a dipeptide made by a different light frequency than the other patches, but that helps, that's a specific antioxidant for muscle tissue, and especially for heart muscle, which is very important for me, and also an antioxidant working more specifically in the brain. So those are my 4 favorite patches.
Wow. Thank you, doctor. I mean, it's amazing that he, as a doctor, he has done all the research and he understands why, but then as a patient, he's had his own issues. And I think sometimes, doctor, we think that doctors don't have issues, like they're doctors, so they must be fine, but you know, they're not, you know, they have their own issues.
In the Netherlands, they say the most unlucky people are the children of doctors because they don't take care of themselves and their family.
Well, heard it from a doctor. Thank you, Erik. Thank you for sharing. Do we have anybody else that would like to share today? Darcel, Charles? Darcel, why don't you unmute yourself? You shared the most beautiful story in Sarasota. May you share that again for all of us?
Sure, I'll be glad to. Thank you for the opportunity. And thank you everyone that came on tonight. I appreciate your time. Okay. I'm going to try to crunch this because you know, Marci, it's a long story. However, 2 years ago, I had major surgery. That major surgery left me diabetic. I was not diabetic prior to, but I am now. So before the surgery, they told me that I would have to take at least, I would have to take mega, that's the term they use, mega units of insulin before and for a long time. And I just knew I couldn't do it. I just could not shoot myself or give myself insulin shots. Okay. God knew to send my husband. So fast forward me. I had the surgery. It started out, yes, it started out taking mega shots because my A1C was like 10.9. I got it down to about 8. That's still extremely high. We were introduced by Dr. Joyce. She's on the line with the patches in December the 28th. We talked with Gail that night. She signed me up. We ordered our patches. They came in the mail. We got it about January the 8th or the 9th, right around this time. And I started patching up. And I got my numbers down now to, and my A1C is like 6.4. The doctors are like, what? What is going on? What's happening? My doctor said they have never seen anyone's numbers drop like that and consistently stay this way. I take right now 1 shot at night, and that's so that I don't go into any type of diabetic coma or anything at night. However, that's better than 5 and 6 insulin shots a day. So all I can say is it's working. And the patches that I use are X39, X49, glutathione, AON, carnosine, Yeah, that's it. Well, we use all, but those are my
Those are
main.
your go-to. That makes sense. Let's say what X39 is your stem cell support. X49 is your lean muscle mass and you grow your bones with that.
Mhm,
Eon stops your inflammation.
mhm.
Glutathione's gonna detox all the yuck out.
Yes.
And carnosine's gonna support all your organs, and that's gonna be really good support for your pancreas, of course.
And with all of that, when my husband and I got married, and most of these people on the line were there at our wedding when our bishop married us in church on Christmas Day, I weighed over 175 pounds. I was proportioned, but I didn't look like it. My weight is down to 130 pounds. I've lost roughly 50 pounds due to these patches, no extra exercising, but when the fat left, the muscle came on.
Wow.
So all I'm telling you, ladies, it's a done deal. I feel good.
Mhm.
My husband feels that I look good, and that's my story.
I have to say, I saw you in Sarasota and we have a picture together and I'm like,
Yes.
she looks good. Like, really, like I want
Thank
that
you.
body. I mean, I'm just
Thank
saying.
you.
And that would be the X49 creates
Yes.
lean muscle mass and burns fat. And the other one that's really great at weight loss is energy, and energy turns fat into energy. I've been wearing this now. You'd be so proud of me, Darcel. I've been working out 4 days a week now, and I've been wearing my energy.
I see you online.
It's been fun. I'm doing my best. Oh, talk about that one. We didn't even talk about that yet.
No, because I have someone on the line who's interested in this.
Yeah.
And oh, yes, and we are 70. We are in our 70s. Yes, you're right, Edna.
Yeah, I would never know it. There's 70 going on 20. That's what it looks like to me.
Well, that's what
right?
it feels like. That's what it feels like.
So
I
cute.
tell anybody, I say, this is the most life-changing event that I've ever, just the idea of being able to be at almost 74 years old and do the things I was doing in my 30s and stuff.
Yeah.
I can just as easily do them now. And I had to stop because I was always a fitness kind of a person who always tried to stay in shape, but at a certain point, it just wasn't happening. You just doing what you could and say, okay, I'm all right for 70 something, But now, I mean, I lost 20 something pounds in 2 months, and I didn't like being that light because I'm not that tall anyway, but I was almost 200 pounds. Mm-hmm. And I went down, and then it turned around and came back, but it came back all muscle. It's like I work out all day, every day, and I don't.
So this is what Darcel's talking about. This is called SP6, and this curbs food cravings like chocolate and sugar. And so this curbs your appetite. So this is what I think Darcel would say would be for weight loss. X49 burns fat, builds lean muscle mass. Energy also burns fat. And then glutathione detoxifies. Oh, and then of course, don't forget about X39. We almost forgot about that one. So that would be a great weight loss protocol. And if you were like, if you thought that if you needed to be more like, let's look at the money, like a silver kit would be X49, X39 energy and SP6. That if you wore that and you want to lose weight, you're good to go. And I would say that I did not know that Charles was 200 pounds because he did not look 200 pounds in Sarasota anymore. So once again, there's 70 going on 20 in my book. And so anyway, thank you for sharing. We don't see you guys anymore. I don't know if you meant to turn your video off, but I think everybody wants to look at how young you are still.
Well, no, we were letting you have the floor.
Oh, you're so cute. We like you. We like seeing you. But thank you. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Does anybody else want to share? I mean, we go from, heart to skin to cancer to I'll be right there, Lori, to diabetes. Like, you understand, like, we all have different things going on with ourselves, but these patches fix what's going on. Lori, tell us what's been happening with you.
Oh my goodness, I got a great testimonial. I just came yesterday from a huge company event several hours away, and I had a pack of Ice Wave, and I ended up selling it to this person because his son is in college, and he was like, I need that. I say, well, listen, I gotta have one of these for myself. So he said, okay. So I took out one set of Ice Wave, and he got the rest. So in the morning, we were having breakfast. Everybody was all dressed, and our recruiter was limping so terribly. He was going out the door. He had on a suit, and he was in so much pain that I stopped eating, and I got up from that table with that Ice Wave, and I said, what is wrong with you? He said, that wall has kicked my plantar fasciitis in, and I am having a really bad episode. I said, well, I got you, because I got some pain patches. Come on over here. So we walked into a little area with a chair, and he took off his shoe and his sock, and I put that Ice Wave on him and did that clock method until his pain was down below 3. And then I said, stand up. And when he stood up, I said, walk down the hallway. And when he started walking, you could immediately tell he was not limping. He was not leaning. He said, that feels so much better. Thank you for caring about me. And all I was thinking was, crap, that was my last Ice Wave. So I was very excited to be able to help him and help him get out of pain just that quickly. So I'm so thankful to have these patches available, because when somebody is in need, we have a real solution.
Right, Lori? We didn't even talk about Ice Wave. There's a lot of technologies. The owner of the company can't help himself but innovate. So Ice Wave takes pain away. And this is a 2-patch system. And what Lori was saying is, she said, hey, roll down that sock, and let's put the brown patch where you hurt most, and the white patch about 3 inches away. And what David, our owner of our company, says is that pain's in the connective tissue. So Ice Wave breaks the connection of pain. Wow. So, and what she meant by the clockwise is that she just kept going around until he said, I don't have pain anymore, right? That's the clockwise method. And so, Lori, you gave up your last patch. You definitely are a woman of service.
Yep. So now I got to get some more.
Yes, you do. You better get some more. So here's the thing, that we love the pain and repair protocol, and Lori just made me think about it with Ice Wave. So what you can do when you're in a lot of pain, you pop the spot with Ice Wave to get rid of the pain. Then you put one X39 in the spot and one Eon. X39 is going to repair. Eon's going to stop inflammation. Within 30 days, they won't even need Ice Wave anymore, because you've stopped it at the root. And we call that the pain and repair protocol. And that was Dr. Erik that brought that to our attention months ago. The pain and repair protocol. Pop the spot of pain. We'll repair that. Lori, thank you for sharing. Do we have any other testimonials? Anybody else want to share?
Dr. Joyce here. Can you hear me?
Hi, Dr. Joyce. Yes, we can.
Well, hello, everyone. This is so exciting. And I would just like to quickly share, I started on the patches last year in October, especially for my eye. And shortly, I'm going to unveil myself so you can see what I'm talking about. I've had 7 surgeries on this right eye, cataracts, glaucoma, and then I got a growth under my eye that had to be removed a year ago. And then in November, I had it removed a second time. Well, I went to the eye doctor after 10 days and she looked at me, and I had shared with her when I was there because I had the patches on. She said, well, when you come to surgery, you can't have those patches on. I said, okay. Well, I didn't have them on where she could see them. I put them on the bottom of my feet and then put on those hospital socks, you know, that they put on you when you take you to surgery. So I went to surgery and came out, and they wrote a prescription for me to get hydrocodone, which is a painkiller. And I don't do that. I'm a retired nurse and I don't do pharmaceuticals. I look like the holistic way. So I left and came home, put the ice packs on now because I wanted to reduce the swelling. And then I started patching and praying every day. When I went back to her, she sat in front of me and crossed her legs and her arms. And she said, this is unbelievable. I can't believe you didn't have any pain. You didn't have to take any. I said, no pain. And she said, and it looks good in just this little bit. I said, that's because of these patches. And I had the patches on. I'm going to let you see. Hold on.
Oh, do you want to unmute yourself so you can show us? Are you there?
She did.
Dr.
Oh, there. I'm
Joy?
sorry.
Oh,
Can
there
you
you
see
go.
my eye? You see my eye?
Yep.
Okay. That eye was so puffy until it was like this. Now you see, I'm looking at you and I can thread a needle without eyeglasses, but I patch and I pray. This is Eon and X39. The inflammation is subsiding day by day. The
That's
proof of the pudding
amazing.
is in the tasting and then the patching.
The proof in the pudding is the what?
The prayer and the patching.
I love that. The prayer and the patch. You know, I was
I
asking for
pray,
God for
I pray,
yeah.
pray and I patch. And you see those patches?
Yeah.
Here they are. And they're doing what they have been designed to do. No pain. Inflammation is subsiding. And 3 months from now, hopefully there'll be nothing under there. And we have been recommended that we use it for every decade of your life. Give yourself a month. Well, I'm in the 88th year of blessed days. And it hasn't been 8 months, it's been 3.
Bless you.
That's my testimony and I'm sticking to it.
And you know, your skin looks good, doctor.
Smooth as silk. That's chocolate pudding for you.
Love you.
I tell you, she is the reason we are in this business. She is the only reason.
Is this Charles? Is that Charles? Yeah, look at that.
Yes.
She's the reason. And now you're 20 again, Charles.
She is the reason that we're in this business. We wouldn't have known anything about it if it wasn't for her.
I'm so glad, Dr. Joyce, you decided to share. You know, sometimes we learn about something and we keep our mouths shut. We just do it for ourselves. But you cared enough to let people know. And that's why everyone's here today, is because somebody cared enough to let you know to try this.
And I have a guest on the line. Well, she's not a guest now, only a guest. She's also a participant. She has placed an order. Miss Abrilla Robinson from Smithville, North Carolina.
Well, hello. Do you have any questions for us, Miss?
I'm here. I'm here. Thank you so much, Dr. J, for inviting me. She has always been someone that was forward thinking and always looking forward on to the next things that you could do to help yourself. So I'm truly appreciative. I'm someone that just started my X39 today. I have sciatica that has been really giving me the blues since the COVID. Once we got locked up and I became inactive, and I came out of COVID trying to do yoga and all the rest of the stuff, my sciatica came back. And so, you know, I have been looking for different treatments. I've done decompression. I went to the chiropractor. I've done a lot of different things, but the key thing is that I just cannot get rid of that pain that comes in the evening. And so Dr. J said to me, look, I've been working on my eye and I've been having these issues. And Dr. J, I just had a cataract removed like 3 weeks ago. So, so far it's fine, but now I got on my X39, so I know that it will be fine and I won't have any more issues with it. But I'm so glad that she shared this with me. Tonight I'm going to put on the, what do you call it, ice wave? Because usually my sciatica hurts at night, not during the day, but at night. And so I'm going to patch it, as they say, put it on the where it pains at, and then go around to see if I can actually have a good night's sleep. Because that's been my biggest issue. I have not had a good night's sleep and I don't know how long. So I'm enthusiastic about LifeWave. If it, enhances my life, changes my body, changes how I feel, make me more energetic, I'm for it. Yes, I'm for it. I'm 72 years old. So yes, I am for it. Yes.
I love that. I love that. Thank you for sharing. And you're going to love the way the X39 and Eon help for sciatica. That's that nerve issue, and that stopping inflammation and getting activating the stem cells at root. I can't wait to hear how you do in the next 1 to 3 months. Very exciting for you.
Yeah. Yeah. And Mr. and Mrs. Robinson, thank you for calling me this evening and directing me to the call. I appreciate it.
Yes.
So sweet. So do we have, it's 4:46, and I do definitely want to tell you how you can order product today. And also, if you would like to try a free little gift, we can tell you how to do that. But before we do that, does anybody on the Zoom have any more questions for me or for us or for anyone before I tell you our next steps? Anybody have a question tonight?
Yes, I have a question, please.
Yes.
My daughter is 19 and she has hemoglobin SC, which is a form of sickle cell. So she gets very bad pain in her arms and in her legs. And I just wanted to know if anybody can tell me kind of any patching combinations to help with her symptoms.
So, and I'm going to say what I think would be what I would use, but Dr. Erik, maybe you would help me as well. But I would say X39 for the stem cell repair, Eon for the inflammation, glutathione to detox those cells, carnosine for organ support, and ice wave for pain. And you could get all of those in a silver kit. Doctor, would you agree with me on that? And unmute yourself. I just want to make sure that
I think that's a good way to start. And probably what will be most important is the X39 again. But you want to relieve symptoms as soon as possible and then build with the stem cell protocol, right?
So if you wanted to do a silver kit for her, you could do 2 X39s and 2 Eons for $2.99, and that would give you 2 months of stem cell and anti-inflammatory. That's one way. You could also fill that kit with an X39 and Eon, a carnosine, a glutathione, and an ice wave. For the same price, you can get those 5, and that's a 1 month supply of a broader scale, Lori. And and just depends on whether you want to go X39 and Eon first for core, or if you want like the detox and the carnosine for the organ support. And I guess the more I think about it, the more I think I would do 2 X39 and 2 Eon for 2 months and just pop it with those 2. Erik, doctor?
Yeah, that's the foundation. The other things would be like supportive, but I think it's important to use the Eon and the X39 for a longer period of time. I would even maybe consider, if you want to commit to 90 days and see where it goes from there. And really what's important, I think, for everybody, there is a health tracker, and I would recommend everybody to use the health tracker, because you will improve not only in the area where you're hurting or what your most specific issue is, but because these stem cells are working everywhere, you will improve in many areas. Sleep, most people report that within already 7 days. The A1C, blood pressure, all kinds of things, stress, all kinds of things will improve. So I think that we didn't mention it, but the health tracker is a very good tool for people to see what's really going on with them in a wider scope.
And do you hear me, Doctor?
Yeah.
What I'm doing in chat right now, because that's a great idea, is I just put the link of Health Tracker there. You can literally take that from chat, edit, copy, edit, paste it, and email it to yourself so you can track yourself. And Gail, could you go to startx39biz.com and also put in chat the one page, or it's the the patching. We just changed the name of it and I can't remember the name. Hold on, give me one moment. I'm going to get that for you. It's called the give me a moment. I don't know what it's called. It's the one page the all product.
Oh, the one pager.
Yes.
Yeah, but I switched it because now it's 2 pages, so we changed the name.
The 2-pager.
It's the 2-page. So put that, oh my gosh, put that in chat, please. And put the what to expect in chat, as well as the order form, so people can grab all of those. I think they're all really good. And you can see all our products. You can see what to expect with stem cells, and you can also see the price of the different packs. And so could you put those in, Gail, for us as we're talking?
I'll do my best.
Okay, and you would
We're
find
trying
all
to find
those under startx39biz.com under take the order. That would be great. Any other questions? Why,
I have a question
please.
quickly, because the grandchild is all over the place. But I have a customer that has, a potential customer, something called spinal cerebellar ataxia
Can you
2.
look it up in your computer?
So one more time, what was it called?
Spinal cerebellar ataxia 2. I don't even know where to start with this, but you know,
I'm not, Eric, what is that? Doctor?
I have to look that one up. It doesn't ring a bell. Spinal. Can you write it in the chat? I can have a look at it.
yes.
So Eric will take a look at it. My guess is it's inflammation of the spinal, either the spinal cord or fluid. I don't know, Eric, you'll have to look. My guess he's going to say X39 and Eon to start, but let him look at it first, Michelle. While he's looking at that, Michelle, are there any other questions?
Can you find it?
I'm trying to find it here. I think. I found it.
Daniel has his hand up and Camilla also. They both have their hands up.
Thank you, Dr. Joyce. Daniel, do you have a question for us? And then we'll go to Camilla.
Yeah, I just wanted to know, was it Dr. Joyce that had the it was diabetes?
I think that was Darcel that had the diabetes. She's raising her
There's
hand.
the one page.
Oh, okay. And what were those numbers, Darcel?
Oh, it's not found. I just put them.
My A1C,
Yeah.
6.4 now. But
And
I
what was
started
it?
out at 10.9.
10.9 to 6.4. Okay, because I have a friend that has now, is that stage 1 or stage 2 diabetes? Or what is it? Stage 1 or 2?
It's 1. When
Okay,
they removed a portion of my pancreas, so my body is not functioning the way yours or someone else's is.
okay,
So that put me in diabetes 1.
wow,
That's
okay. I just wanted to know those numbers for my friend. That's all. Thank you.
That's amazing that she went down that low, and she's had half of it cut out, Daniel, and she's diabetic 1. That means diabetic 2, which means that the cells don't take it right. I bet you that's gonna even work better, Daniel. You know what I mean? So, wow.
Yeah.
Let's move on to Camilla. Camilla, do you have a question?
Yes, I do. I was wanting to know which one of the products helps to increase the creatinine function.
The creatinine.
Yes, creatinine.
Eric, doctor, I need you. Can you type in chat creatinine? I'm not sure what that is either, Camilla.
The kidney function.
It's
Creatine is like the
Creatine.
kidney function, and that is X39 first and foremost, and probably carnosine. And if you want to let the X39 work faster, maybe consider starting with the Eon first month or something like that. And talking about the other issue with the spinal cerebral ataxia, I looked it up, and because it has to do with how do you call it, uncontrolled muscle things, and it's very neurological. I would also recommend X39 because X39, GH copper more specifically, improve nerve outgrowth, and it helps the microvascularization around nerve ending. So that would be, I think, a very good product to try with that for a while. And because it's brain related, I always like to add glutathione, because glutathione is really powerful in any degenerative issue within the brain.
And what about, wouldn't you do Eon for inflammation and X49 as well for brain support? Would you do all of those, or would you just do X39 and glutathione?
Yeah, I would focus on the X39 and the glutathione. If you want to speed up things, first month always good to combine with the Eon. If you go with a pack, like you do 2 months of X39, 1 month of Eon, and then put in glutathione, and then you probably have left 1 or 2 other patches. But yeah, if you're planning to continue, then maybe get another glutathione so you can use that for another month. And well, but X39 and the glutathione are the most important. Anything brain related, glutathione is really important if you look at regenerative medicine.
Thank you, doctor. Okay, and we have yes, thank you. Diane, would you like to ask?
Yes, I have 2 quick questions. I know someone, it's an autistic young lady who just got a diagnosis of breast cancer. So I appreciate you sharing your story in the beginning. What patches would you say would be helpful for her?
Yeah, so David, when I got a reoccurrence, he told me the patches for fast growing cells are X39, Eon, and glutathione, and I wear those every day. And those are really good for autism as well, because my son is on the spectrum, and he puts those on every night before bed, and he says he always wakes up more calm. So those are my son and my favorite patches for different reasons.
Okay. And so my second question is, we're supposed to only wear them for 12 hours, but I know sometimes people wear some during the day, some during the night. So is it 12 hours? If I'm wearing X39, is that 12 hours of that one? But I can wear if I put another one on 10 hours later, It's
Yeah,
per
so
patch?
yeah, so every patch has its own 12-hour clock. Exactly. So
Okay.
you can wear some during the day. So I wear some during the day and I wear some at night. And sometimes I switch them around.
Okay, I didn't understand that. Thanks for clarifying.
You're welcome. Great
Thank you.
questions tonight. Anybody else have a question? Are we good? Should we tell you? Okay, Jan Rand, go ahead. Unmute yourself.
Sorry, I'm on my phone on the computer, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, is it possible for X39 to cause somebody to have dry mouth?
Let me answer that question. That could very possibly be, because the most important thing that we have to remind everyone on these patches, you must keep yourself well hydrated. And you need to drink as many ounces as half of your body weight within a 24-hour period.
Okay.
And you could possibly get dry mouth with X39 or Eon if it's detoxifying you. I could see how the, dry mouth kind of happens when you get a lot of toxins coming up, and you can detoxify through a headache, through urination, through defecation, or sometimes just through like pushing it up through your mouth. You know what I mean? So I could see like on your tongue and stuff, you could like take a lot of water, like Dr. Joyce says, and take one of the tongue scrubbers, like try to get some of the toxins off the tongue.
Okay, thank you.
Great question. Boy, we learned a lot today. Oh, we got one more. Edgar, do you have a question?
Yes, how y'all doing? Great
Hi,
call.
good.
Yes, I've heard that a pregnant woman cannot use the patches, but they just activating your stem cell. Can someone explain to me why?
Well, I would say because there's never been any studies on pregnant women or babies. So, I would say that no company will say, every company will say consult with your doctor if you're pregnant or have children. But so that's what you would say on that. I will tell you this, David, somebody asked David if children needed any of his technologies. He said 20 years ago, not so much. He said today, yes, because our world has gotten so toxic, and he recommends X39 and glutathione for children even. So, but pregnant women and newborn babies, once again, I don't think you'll ever have a company that says, for liability reasons, anything other than check with your doctor. Does that make sense? The only contraindication I've ever heard David talk about is people with liver transplants. He says, and it's because they don't have the research to know yes or no if it's okay, because a lot of people that have a liver transplant have to be on immune suppressant medicine, and all of our products build immune system. So that is the only one that I've ever heard him say no to.
I just want to say something about that pregnancy question, because it gets asked a lot. And here's the most common sense answer I ever heard. Like Marci said, we're always told to check with your doctor, blah, blah, blah. But to me, that would be like telling a pregnant woman you can't go out in the sun, because the sun creates vitamin D, right? All the patch is a light wave. So, it's really up to the woman. But I mean, that's basically like, don't go in the sun, really? It's like, doesn't make any sense. So,
wow.
That's my take.
That would be Jan. She's very practical. That would be exactly what she would say. So with that, here's the thing. Jan Rand, can you put your name, phone number, and email in chat? And here's what you're going to do. You can get with the person who brought you here and let them know if you would like an X39. It's $149 retail, or you can go on auto ship and it's $119. Most people get the silver kit for $299. You can get 3 X39s, or you can mix and match. If you get an X39 and an X49, you can pick 2 other supportive patches for a total of 4 patches. Or if you get X39, you can get 4 other supportive patches for a total of 5 sleeves in your kit. They all have a 30-day money-back guarantee, and we recommend 1 X39 the following month to keep your stem cells activating. Once again, you can get with the person who brought you here and let them know what you would like to do. You can also call Jan Rand and tell her who brought you to the meeting, and she can help get the order done on behalf of your person. Jan does much of our admin, and she's just here to be of service. Also, any new person on this call that would like to try a 5-day gift of X39, that's my gift to you. And you can email Jan Rand and let her know you would like to try the 5-day gift. And you just email her your name and phone number and address, and she will be of service to you. She is here to serve our team. She is a presidential director in this business in her own right, and she works full time for me in all of the logistics. And we all love Jan, don't we, Darcel?
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do.
We do love Jan. So, and we thank Dr. Erik for coming and talking with us. He's a wealth of information. We also thank Gail for coming and making sure we're all organized in this. Darcel and Charles for inviting so many people. Dr. Joyce for sharing, and Tony and Adam for bringing us all together. And thank you. I know we didn't talk so much tonight to you guys. You're going to be on for sure next week. And we do want you all to know a couple things, and we will get this out. I'm sure Erik will send this out, but we do have a men's health call, this same Zoom number, and Erik, Charles, Adam, and Tony will be leading it. And that is Tuesday, March 28th, this same time, this same channel. We also have Be Activating training. Any of you that would like to know how to do the business, it will be myself, Darcel, Charles, Adam, and Tony. Adam and Tony, I don't know if you know about this yet, but we're training now. Darcel told us so. And that's going to be on February 9th and the 23rd. We will get that out. And Darcel, myself, Charles, Tony, and Adam will just train you if you want to learn how to move this business. That may be of interest, it may not. But we just want you to know we are here for you, and we want to be of service. Charles, Darcel, Tony, Adam, why don't you guys take turns and close for us, and we'll call tonight our evening.
Okay. Thank you all. We appreciate you. We're looking forward to each and every one of you becoming a brand partner and latching on arm to us. For us, it's not about the marketing plan, if you will, the money. We're about helping each and every one of you to be as healthy as we possibly can be. We feel wonderful. We want everyone to feel like we feel. So come on, join us and come on aboard. Let us know what we can do to help.
Wow, thank you. Adam, Tony, would you like to have a goodbye quote for us, gentlemen?
As always,
Yes,
I'm going to pass it on to Adam.
I love you guys. Adam, where are you?
Can you hear me?
Yes, there you are.
All right. It's been a great night. It's been some great testimonies. So let's touch somebody, let's pat somebody, let's let them know that we love them, and so that their body can heal, so we can be here next week, giving the great testimonies again. I'm telling you, I'm really excited about this call, and I want to say have a good night and God bless you, and keep up the good work. Tell somebody, tell them you love them. Good night.
Thank you. And I did put on chat, I had some folks ask, we have the one-page tracking that Dr. Erik talked about. We have the all pay, we have the what to expect. That is on the chat. We have the order form on the chat, and we have the one-page all. Oh, we have the one-page all products on in Spanish. Hold on, let me do the English. Give me 1 second. Oh my goodness, this is so much fun. Oh, I just love you guys for being the coolest group around. Hold on, let me do this in English. The one-page all products in English. There it is, the all products flyer. That's the new name. So grab those links, email those to yourself, learn. And last but not least, you may also very much like startx39now.com. That's startx39now.com. And that tells you so much about the technology, and it even shows you the plugins if you want to learn more at the patching podcast that are in addition to this night. We do Monday through Thursday at 6 o'clock Pacific and Friday at 1 o'clock Pacific, 4 o'clock Eastern Friday, 9 o'clock Eastern Monday through Thursday. So those are also on the Now site. So with that, have a great night. Thanks so much for coming, and we will get this recording out. It will be in our Be Activating testimonial. I'm going to start adding our meetings there, and you can get there on startx39biz.com under join Telegram. And if you don't know how to find it, who are you going to call? Jan Rand. So make sure you get her number from the chat. All right. Have a great night. Bye-bye, everyone.
Good night.
Good night. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you all so
Thank
much.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Good night.